The battle for Castle Itter unfolded on May 5, 1945, deep within the shadows of the Austrian Alps. Only days after Hitler's suicide, a bizarre historical anomaly occurred. The U.S. Army and the German Wehrmacht stood together against the fanatical Waffen-SS. Captain John C. Jack Lee, Jr. of the U.S. Army took command of this strange coalition, joining forces with Major Josef Gangl. Gangl, a Wehrmacht officer who had turned against the Nazi regime to aid the Austrian resistance, surrendered to Lee under a white flag to propose a desperate rescue mission at Itter Castle. Their ranks were bolstered by French prisoners of war and even a defecting Waffen-SS officer, all united against a common enemy. This mission was triggered when a Czech cook escaped the castle to contact the local resistance, who then alerted Major Gangl. An earlier attempt by a Yugoslav political prisoner named Zvonimir Chuchkovic had nearly succeeded. He reached Major John Kramers of the 103rd Infantry Division. However, that rescue attempt, which was to utilize M10 tank destroyers, was forced to retreat due to heavy enemy shelling and jurisdictional orders regarding the U.S. 36th Division's territory. The objective was Schloss Itter in the Tyrol, a fortress-turned-prison for high-profile French VIPs. Among the captives were former Prime Ministers Paul Reynaud and Edouard Daladier, a famous tennis star, and several high-ranking military figures. Although the original German guards had already fled, the prisoners remained in grave danger. They had raided the castle armory for pistols, rifles, and submachine guns, but a Waffen-SS division was prowling the nearby forests, intent on recapturing the fortress and executing the VIPs. When Lee and Gangl's small unit finally arrived, the French elite were visibly unimpressed by the meager size of the rescue force. Lee immediately positioned his lone Sherman tank at the front gate to command the road. After a quick meal, Lee, Gangl, and the young SS defector coordinated a defensive strategy, bracing for the inevitable onslaught from the approaching SS forces. In the evening, SS reconnaissance units opened fire to probe the castle's strength. The American and Wehrmacht soldiers held their ground, returning fire from their defensive positions. At dawn, the SS revealed a concealed 88 1mm anti-tank gun, which battered the castle walls and destroyed the Sherman tank that had been providing machine gun fire. Fortunately, the radio operator escaped the wreckage in time. Approximately 150 SS soldiers then launched a full-scale assault from the tree line and the western walls. From their high loopholes, the defenders and French prisoners fought back. Tragically, Major Gangl was killed by a sniper while attempting to move Prime Minister Reynaud out of harm's way. By the afternoon, ammunition was running dangerously low. Lee maintained contact with Major Kramers through Austrian partisan phone lines, hoping for the relief force that was now on its way. In a moment of extreme bravery, tennis star Jean Barotra volunteered to vault the castle walls, running past SS ambushes to guide the reinforcements. Lee prepared his men for a final breach and hand-to-hand combat until American tanks finally arrived at 4 p.m. The reinforcements quickly defeated the Waffen-SS and took many prisoners. This remains the only recorded battle in history where Americans and Germans fought side by side as allies.